Everyone, welcome back to the channel. Uh, we are happy to see you back, and we keep doing the success stories every now and then. This is basically to bring in the knowledge that our ex-participants have accrued based on their experience, based on their practice that they do on various things that they are trying to learn. And now they have a lot of experience in the industry. Their knowledge is being shared with you all people so that you also take advantage of that and prepare for your career transitions. So today we have Akanath Sahu. Very pleased to introduce to you all. Thank you, Akanath, for joining with us. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Akanath is basically working as a assistant vice president for Deutsche India Pvt Ltd. It's basically a bank, right, Akanath?
Yeah.
Right. So, Akanath, thank you, first of all, for taking out time in your busy schedule and coming up to speak to our audience here. So, what we basically are looking at, Akanath, in today's trending technology, what is your suggestion or recommendation to the new basically the breed of people that are coming from colleges and freshers? What are the things that they'll have to actually look out for?
Okay. Thanks for inviting me. I am Akanath. I had taken the training on project management professional 3 years back. So I have to renew my license now from PMI org. And the technology world I am associated with for last 15 years, and the PMP was a turning point. So I moved from the regular the individual contributor role to leading the team. And since last 4-5 years now, I am managing. It's apart from people management, it is managing the deliveries. The way you manage the deliveries is important feature that help from the PMI training. Yeah. What I would like to tell, I will not talk about the technologies as such. Technology stacks are ever changing, but what doesn't change is your association with people and the processes. So we have evolved on the project management. We have evolved over years. So when I had taken up first training, it was PMBOK 5, and then later we imbibed the agile technology. Agile, it's not technology, the mindset. And now I've of course appeared the PMI with PMBOK 6 with the agile techniques. So I would talk about more on the agile mindset rather than on technology.
So you're saying having the right mindset is, of course, the first important thing, and you need to be willing to change and adapt to the change. That is what is all about in agile methodology, right?
Absolutely. So, adapt to change is agile. Yeah.
Exactly. So you're basically trying to recommend that the new breed of people who are getting into the industry should ensure that they do not fixate on one thing, and they should always be upskilling themselves. They always should be adapting to the new changes that are coming into the industry, whether it is technology, whether it is process, but improvement will always be there, and we have to be willing to accept those changes.
I still remember one of my professor in Andhra University when I was doing my masters. He told Akanath, it's not that you have done master means you learned everything. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just that you had the capability, you have the mastery to learn more. Yeah. So keep the mindset, and that is what is nothing but agile. Earlier, what we used to have is we have given a task in project management. When we talk about the waterfall methodologies, we used to give a task, break it down to 100 pieces, assign it to 500 developers and QA, and then achieve it slowly. But today, by the time you achieve such a project, the technology may be redundant. So today, what
the requirements will also change, right, Akanath? Sorry.
Yeah.
Requirements will also change.
Absolutely, yeah. So today we have what is required is as and when the incremental changes are added to the process. Kindly give me a moment.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's basically, when I say incremental changes, even the stakeholders, they do not know what they need 5 years down the line.
Yeah.
They do not know what is required, maybe what would be required a year later. But what they know is they want to build a product or a service which customers are in need of, and they evolve around that. I'm so sorry.
Sure, sure. No problem. Okay. So I'm basically, can I proceed?
Yeah, sure, please.
Okay. So I come from a data science background, Akanath. Like I'd already mentioned, you know me. I come from the data science background, analytics background. So how do you think the role of business analyst, the role of a project management perspective, right? You're a vice president in your organization. So a lot of analytics would definitely be part of your role. So how do you map this agile methodology with respect to the analytics, business analytics kind of a job or a project that you're trying to do? Can you throw some light on that? Any correlation between these?
So I would say business analyst as a subject has not changed. So the Power Builder, BI, or the Tableau, these applications enables us. I mean, earlier what was happening is we used to understand the domain manually and write 100 pages book as a functional analyst document or a business analyst or a requirement document. So today the documents are more interactive,
Right.
with the analytics and data science. So it was a very dry, when I would say 5 years back, when I was writing a requirement document, at times I used to get bored. But today, with the help of data science, when we prepare uh, a kind of prototype or a
Interactive dashboards.
interactive dashboards, so that helps the developer, or that helps visualize the product future which we are planning to build in a better way, not only to the developers, to the stakeholders also, and for them to realize what they will be getting. It is more easier.
Right, right. Absolutely, absolutely. I would also like to hear from you, from all the experience that you have in the industry till now, all these years you have worked, right? So I just want to ask a question with respect to microservices. Now, you have given an example of a very big project where you kind of give or assign the task of 100 different submodules to 500 different developers. So don't you think the industry has transformed from this standalone big projects into micro projects? What do you think on those lines?
Yeah. So it was. I mean, it was. I mean, when I say it is 10 years back when we had created products, it used to be very huge monolithic products. And today, the challenges were too many. Yeah. When we have such monolithic products, the scalability, the change, a minor change, the maintainability, a minor change in one part of the one module of the software, used to require regression testing of effort of almost 2 months or 1.5 months.
Right.
So whereas what we did now, when we have moved to this containerization and microservice architecture, what we did, we, instead of assigning, creating 100 modules and in one monolithic architecture, what we did is we have created small uh, container, small applications which are self-sufficient in itself, and they have the capability to interact with each other, and a change in one microservice need not have to be tested entirely.
Exactly.
So the scalability, and then the adoption to change again, and then the maintainability. These are quite useful after we move to microservices.
Yes, yes, absolutely. That's something which is trending nowadays, right? So we have everybody speaking about microservices. What, in my opinion, if I may add on top of what you have mentioned, today what we are seeing is there is too much of change that is coming into the industry, right? Every day there is new technology, new process coming in. The microservices basically allow us to adopt these changes to microservices, micro features that we identify in the monolithic application. So we divide it, right? So the advantage, friends, is that some features may be outdated. When we plan this mega project, at that time, a specific feature might be very essential feature. But as time goes by, as the changes are coming into the industry, those features may be outdated. So the flexibility, if you use microservices, is you can deprecate that old or unwanted service, and you can focus on independent, isolated sub feature or small feature which can be developed and plugged into the monolithic application, right? The big application that we are developing.
Yeah.
Right. So that is a very big advantage that you will see nowadays. Very well, very well. Thank you so much, Akanath, to throw this light on all the interesting, right? I should say, trending keywords that are there in the industry. Microservices, you mentioned containers. You also talked about agile methodology. So thank you so much to bring up all those interesting things into the conversation. So one last question. I would not take much time. One last question, Akanath, is what do you think? Where are we moving from the right industry as an industry perspective? What do you see? What is a overall stage that we as Indians are in compared to countries like US or the Chinese, right? China is trending in AI. So where do you think we are at this position, and where do you foresee, in your personal opinion, where do you foresee we will be in probably next 5-10 years?
I would say it's the small SaaS companies which already has I think already made 20 odd unicorns from India.
Yeah.
They would be the future of India. Maybe come 5 years, come 10 years, it may grow to 200, 300, 500. And AI is definitely, AI and data science is definitely, is part of any service today.
Yes.
It's going to enable. Now when we were I come from very old manual. I had entered the transactions manually also in banks books. Yeah, so we have seen those ledgers and checks signing, verifying. To a day to day, we have everything is automated. Even I have not visited my bank for last 15 years. Yeah, it would be same with you or other colleagues, other participants also.
Yes, absolutely.
No, similar fashion, at that time when technology was getting into the business, people were thinking that technology will take away the jobs, but it is not. It enabled and it has created more and more jobs. If you look at banking and financial services as an industry, is the most beneficial of technology. I think it would be next would be telecom. Not sure it neck to neck it goes, but it's without technology. Can you think of Jan Dhan Yojana, which our Prime Minister Modi has initiated? And in those days,
I cannot imagine my own personal account.
In those days, if you have a bank account, most likely you will be in a metro or a big city. Today, every nook and corner of India, we have people enabled with bank accounts and banking services. Yeah. Phone. Yeah. Exactly. So that's how I see AI is not going to take any jobs. Robotics is not going to take any jobs. It rather makes us more, capable and intellect to solve more and more problems. Like if you see Zomato, we would not have think of such a problem would be solved with technology, the deliveries, yeah,
Yes,
which everybody was in need of few years back, 10 years back. Yeah. So there are more areas to come up, and it's not going to be again the large companies which we have today, but it is going to be the small and medium companies with services, software, SaaS products, features they are creating, they are building, that will make the killing.
Thank you so much, Akanath. It's a wonderful to connect with you and right, interacting with you on all these wonderful things. Thank you so much, and right, it's a pleasure once again.
Thanks, Sarath, and wishes all the best for the participants.
Thank you so much. Good evening, friends. Thank you so much.
Have a nice evening. Bye.
Bye.